Hello, everybody. It's Justin Case of America's Talkin. Joining our friend and media personality, Jerry Maldonado, Chief Meatball, back for another installment of Meatball Perspectives. Hello, Jerry. Welcome back to Americans Talkin.
Hello, whatever. It's a good day. How are you, man? All is
Good.
good on this end.
Oh, I'm hanging in there, Jerry. Had a challenging day, but the day endures, so I'll turn,
Indeed. Yeah,
I'll turn it around.
you and I kind of crawl out of bed to get through this last show of the day.
Yeah.
I want to digress here. I want to welcome Fred to the network. My
Oh,
Facebook family can't see it, but there's Fred. It's my new tree, man. He kind of keeps me busy here on the set. He kind of blinks and distracts me. So if I start gazing like this, you know something is not right.
stroke, stroke, stroke. Oh,
Exactly.
all right, Jerry. You wanted to talk about command, and I like
And
it.
you wanted Proverbs. Make up your mind. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Well, we'll do Proverbs next week and really twist the ankles of some people out there. But yeah, commands. Do you ever see the Geico commercial? Like, what the hell? Oh, I see a pop up on my screen. Look at you. You even put it on there. I like that. Very good.
We'll start doing
You
that.
ever see that Geico commercial where the genie comes out of the bottle, man, and he goes, "Your wish is my command." And the guy goes, "Oh wow." He thinks about it for a second. He goes, "Give me $1 million." And he goes, "Poof!" And on his lawn is a million male deer.
Lucky him.
What, what
Fe-
people have to realize is that they're commanding their reality every day. They're literally thinking it, feeling it, emotionally sending it out every day of what they want their life to be. My question is, and what I tell myself every day is, what kind of day am I commanding? Commanding is, we were always taught commanding is for like people cloaked in like satin or a boss with a tie. We're just as powerful emotionally as any meatball out there with the silk on or the tie on or anything. We have our own power, and how we use it and how we command ourselves to act accordingly and with it is relevant to our lives. I command myself every day to be the best version of me. I command myself every day to follow through on what I truly want and desire in life. People inadvertently are destroying their life by commanding, "Oh, I just want to make enough for the rent, or I just want to have enough to eat today." The point being is, we all have this power to command the most. And how you use that power is completely and utterly up to you.
So in reality, we are the commandants of
Oh,
our
good point.
own perspective and our own lives, and we are in control. We are in control.
You made a great point on pre-show about when were talking about Proverbs, about asking and this and that. Ask and ye shall receive, seek and ye shall find, and knock. And well, what they're telling us in that note on Scripture is looking for something outside of us. And to me, when you start commanding from within. You start changing your energy direction. You start commanding a better life for yourself by how you think of yourself. I command myself nothing more or nothing less than being the best version of myself every day, no matter what's going on. Well, where is that thing here? What did Tony Robbins say? Oh, here it is. Most people have no idea of the giant capacity we can command when we focus all our resources on mastering a single area of our lives. My question to you guys is what area of your life are you commanding? In other words, what's controlling your life? Because if something is controlling your life, not the way you don't want it to be, you start commanding your brain to think better thoughts about it. You tell your brain what to think. This is what people forget. You have to tell yourself how you want to feel on a constant basis. This is not just some random stuff going on here. And what I've learned and the immense power that we have is that when you start commanding, you start demanding. You want a better life. You want more than enough. You want to have the best love of your life. You start commanding that emotion, that feeling every day. Life is going to start responding to that.
Well, absolutely. Not to bring in a biblical reference, but you know, the commandments were brought off the mount because everybody was in reckless disarray, and it was a starting
Mm.
point. It was, how to shape, and we do that for ourselves. And I can't stress that enough. We need to define our rules of engagement for ourselves. That old treat people the way you want to be treated and things like that. That's what's going to work for people going forward.
Mm. Well, commands to me are my goal. You know, I command myself every day to focus on getting the best information to share with my audience. I command myself every day to show that best version of myself, knowing I'm just creating my own self-fulfilling prophecy. I'm creating an amazing outcome. People have to realize that you're creating the outcome by how you amplify your emotions every day. So why not command a better life? Why not command a better you? Why not command more income, more love, more success in your life?
So,
We're all entitled to it instead of me choking on set, man. But we're all entitled to have this amazing life. A few, we think we're served, we're like peasants. We're taught to be peasants in a world of opulence. We deserve a piece of this pie. I wish people would realize that. We all deserve our own opulence. We all deserve our own piece of this American or whatever country you're in pie of life to push forward every day with the best version of self because that can only manifest from that.
no, absolutely. And when you talk about amplification, that's just putting it in motion, correct?
Ooh, yes, emotion, energy and motion, absolutely. You know, amplify. You're right. I mean, I command myself to give out the best energy every day, and hopefully everybody else can concur with me on that. The better the energy, the better the outcome. And you start creating some amazing things by commanding yourself to be at your best constantly, even at work. I command to be the best self, no matter what, because I know I'm in a leadership forum. People, we're all in leadership forum. I just have the title, man, but everybody has their own title. Well, what kind of self-fulfilling prophecy are you giving yourself by how you look at yourself? What are you commanding of yourself every day? It's these little nitpicks that we have to get about ourselves to understand and realize that we are in control. It's not the outside world. If you let the outside world, yes, indeed, control you by by indulging in all the misery that's going on there, yeah, of course. I mean, you're going to get what you think about, indeed. But if you command a better life, then damn it, command it. Start insisting that you're only going to put in a positive thought process, positive energy, all these attributes of a good person. You keep doing that every day. I mean, life is your oyster, man. You're going to start, how should you say, creating the most amazing scenarios in life to create the better life.
Well, absolutely. And, once we recognize that we're in control and we are the commandants of our destiny and future, we won't be blaming others.
I mean, I was taught since day one that there's somebody else in control. There's an outer source on a cloud, man. I was taught since day one to be in servitude. I was taught since day one that I was lower than everybody else. It took me a long time to amplify that a better outcome in my life just by thinking of myself as a better person. And we all deserve that. We all deserve a better life. We all deserve a better life to have, but it all starts within as a whole. And when you start doing that every day, you start amplifying the energy, the emotions associated with that. You start commanding a better self. Life can only give you more of that.
Oh, absolutely. So, that amplification, I know you've said it a lot, but it finally makes sense to me. That's focus. That's focus on accomplishment.
Ooh, yes. Focus. I mean, well, a lot of us got the mind of a gerbil, man. We get distracted every 5 minutes. I mean, if you master focus, I mean, you've mastered your life. And to me, to allow myself to focus was getting rid of all the distractions. Indeed, and few people will do that because they're so hooked on the news and this and that. Once you get out of that realm of thinking and creating a new realm about commanding a better life for yourself, life is going to start responding. Why? Because you told your brain to look for better things. It's going to say, okay, I'm going to look for better things. It's going to Google it and start looking around for better things. You start telling yourself you want a better life, you start commanding it in your life, your brain has nothing else to do but to follow the orders that you give it. This is what people fail to recognize. They think they're not in control, when indeed they are in control. So if you're not creating the life that you want, what are you thinking about? What are you feeling every day? Take an assessment. And few people will do that. I wish everybody would do that, because their life will literally change in a heartbeat when they start thinking about what they're thinking about.
Right, and they won't be easily distracted by guinea pigs. That's
No,
my
I mean,
theory.
oh, they're not distracted. They're just hungry all the time, man. I mean, they literally like close the door, like, where are you going? Where's food? But the most, I mean, I never thought as a guinea pig as anything but, a pig. I mean, but they're the most docile, friendly animals in the world. I give them a lot of credit. But they are babies. I mean, literally, they could not survive in the wild without human interaction, because, I mean, they go out and eat electrical cords, man. They don't know. They don't get it. So I'm glad that Tori has the opportunity to take command, pardon the pun, of those little piggies, and give them a better life for themselves. And we all have that opportunity. We are all self-sufficient. We were all self-reliant, but we were taught to be otherwise.
Well, I think some of us were, Jerry, and some of us weren't, but we can always enhance. We can always take better command. We can, recognize who's responsible,
Ooh,
recognize and amplify.
oh, you hit that word, responsible. So many
Oh
people.
no!
Yeah, the entitlement crap, then they get that kind of. I'm waiting for my bonsai to start blinking. Yeah, you got the answer. But responsibility. Oh my God. I mean, you take responsibility of your thoughts. I mean, and you realize what you're thinking about. Watch how life is going to amplify to the next level. You start living in that mindset. You start living in that thought process, that realm of thinking you've always wanted to have, be, and do. I mean, it all starts within. Mentally, from mentality, it goes to reality. When you start thinking from a spiritual level, you start creating it on a tangible level. It's really that simple. And for me, I was taught bass backwards. I know the majority of us were taught bass backwards. Life is going to give you, no. It's what you give life. It's what life gives you.
No, you're exactly right. It's not all roses and lollipops, and like Crash Davis in the movie Bull Durham, he was trying to focus and trying to keep things out of his head, and
Yeah,
that's
but
a
he had a distraction, didn't he? I saw part of that movie. He had a distraction. What was that lady he was trying to get in his space, man?
he wasn't. She was chasing
He
him. Yeah, but that
ah,
but that doesn't matter.
it should
Um,
be bullish. It should be bullish Durham instead of bull Durham. What it boils
well,
down to.
well, it's like the
But
top professional athletes. They can do it. They can focus. They are commandants of what they need to accomplish. And that's remarkable. And we all pick up those skills in certain aspects of life. I mean, if you're the greatest bread baker in the world, you've conquered that.
well, you know, look at well, we said this before. Look at Muhammad Ali. I mean, before he was even the greatest, he told himself he was. You start commanding a better life. You start telling yourself that you're the better person, you're the prosperous person, you're the wealthy person. You start telling yourself. The brain is just going to say, okay, well, let's start finding opportunities for you. This is how easy it is. This is what I didn't understand. I mean, I thought I was a victim of reality when I was the creator of the reality. And when I started telling myself better things started coming to me. Better situations, better ideas, better opportunities. America's Mentor all came to me just by me asking better questions. And this is what people have to really grasp for themselves, is they have the power between their left and right ear just by vocalizing or commanding this better life. Damn it, I require all these things in my life. This is what I want to create. And your brain is going to find a way. And most importantly, your energy level is going to go up to attract the way as well.
No, absolutely. And the one thing you've accomplished is this skill to focus. When we flounder, we are not focusing.
No, No, that's why it's imperative. That's why I call it frequency. I mean, you have to have a constant flow of energy, the same energy. It's really easy. When you realize everything is energy and that's all there is, as Einstein said, when you realize all you got to do is connect with that energy, that frequency via emotion and how you feel every day, you start attracting that. So what do? You tell your brain, damn it, I command more of myself. I command more of this life. I command more money. I command everything in my life, and I want life to show me the way. And guess what? You're asking better questions. Ask, and you shall receive. You're going to start seeing that in your life. And if people realize the true power they have, they're not going to. We don't lose at this game. It's when we choose to lose at this game, when we choose to give up, when we choose to accept failure, when we realize it was a process. It's a learning process. Wait, I got to enhance a little bit more. Got to raise my energy a little bit more. It's all about evolving. The butterfly doesn't, just pop in there in the cocoon or pop out of the cocoon. It's got to literally disintegrate and evolve into a butterfly. And if people realize that, they'll realize that indeed it's a process. Be patient, but frequent on what you want, frequent on your commands, and using that on a constant basis to raise your energy level to attract it to you.
Well, you put a lot on the table tonight, Jerry, and I think a lot of it's very useful information. And even if we think we have a handle on it, it's good to be reminded of it from time to time.
A handle on, I missed the last part. Go ahead.
Well, the information you brought is very powerful information, and even if we believe we have a handle on what you're talking about, there's no shame in being reminded of it.
You've answered the question. You got to believe.
I believe.
That's the biggest. I'm sorry. If you believe that you deserve what you want in life, life is going to give you more than that. If you believe that you're that you can have a better opportunity, life is going to show you more of that. You're right. Great point. Great end to the show. I love that. Great point. Believe and ye shall receive.
Maybe.
Bam.
but you're going to be in better shape believing.
Oh, indeed. Indeed.
Okay. Hey, everybody. This has been Justin Case and Jerry Maldonado bringing you Meatball Perspectives. Thanks for joining us. Remember, additional information and links provided in this video is read more. Today's the day to learn more about Jerry Maldonado. And while you're doing that, why don't you subscribe to this channel?